So she is first in the order, which means she's in 8th position. Her best mark, 5:19 in round number 3. Now she has an opportunity to jump for a medal, takes off behind the board.
Again.
And once again over the 5-meter mark.
Sometimes you get a letdown in round number 4 in field events where that time spent resetting the field, changing the order so the number 1 jumper jumps last and the number 8 qualifier jumps first. Sometimes that can change the mood out there, and sometimes the athletes are worse off in that round. Good run. Again, you can see in front of the board a couple of centimeters given away, reduced from our distance. Did I see 5:02?
I think that's what we saw, 5.02 meters, so her best remains 5.19. Next we should be seeing Renia Smith of the Cayman Islands. She's in 7th position with a best of 5.21.
I like her chances to become a really good athlete, a really good jumper and sprinter, tall and powerful. Has jumped over 5 meters and 60 centimeters, has a chance to go near to that now.
Smith. Tipping away to the left side of the pit. Legal effort though.
Greater effort, Ricardo, and just off balance and tilting off to the left-hand side. Here she is, big, powerful sprint strides, arms pushing forward on the board. Her takeoff foot, the right foot, she closer to the left side of the board than the right side. That gives you the balanced flight we saw. And wait for the measurement for Smith of the Cayman Islands. Big effort.
Renia Smith of the Cayman Islands, a 5.60 jumper. Waiting to see if she has improved in round number 4. 5.21 her best, and that is 5.17 meters. So her best effort still her opening round effort. Gianna Paul of Trinidad and Tobago coming up next. She's in 6th position with a best of 5.22 meters. That came in round number 2, just 1 centimeter ahead of Smith. Already a medalist here at the CARIFTA Games 2023 in the heptathlon.
Smith has size and power. Paul, very efficient, very well trained in all of her events, steps onto the runway knowing that the medals are a bit further ahead of her.
Gianna Paul. Great speed down the runway. And that doesn't look a bad effort. She gets the white flag. And that might well be her best effort of the competition so far.
The break seems to have settled her mind if your guess at the distance is correct, Ricardo. And that's great because you want to be high concentration all through the competition. Digs in early in the run. Little adjustment, nice foot placement on the board. And maybe wanted to hold the feet up to just a bit longer to time it better, but a nice run and takeoff by Paul.
Think she might be threatening the medals with that effort. 5.34 meters. She goes into 4th position.
And look at the flag behind these officials. The red flag standing up tall because the breeze is blowing into the faces of the jumpers, including April Adderley of the Bahamas.
That 5.34, same mark as Dejanay Bruce of Jamaica. And now April Adderley. Started in 5th. She's now down in 6th position after that performance from Gianna Paul. 5.24 her best. Can she respond to that improved performance from the Trinbagonian? That looks like a good placement on the board. and gets the white flag. Close to her 5:24 best.
Chris, you're my sprint coach. Knee lift for Adelaide could be higher, more pronounced. What do you think?
Definitely, she can use a little more force. I think her and her coach will work on that again during the off season, because during the off season is where you get the opportunity to make these adjustments. But again, sometimes when athletes get in trouble or they revert back to what they used to, and that is something that the coach makes adjustment to once they get to the sideline. So you see a big improvement, hopefully on the next jump.
Yeah, right on her best, 5:24. Thought it was close to that, but no improvement for April Adderley. She remains in 6th position. Here's Dejanay Bruce.
Right now, high jumper first, long jumper second. In the future, maybe a triple jumper, 5.34 in round number 2.
Right now in 5th position, because Gianna Paul's second best effort of 5:22 better than her second best effort of 5:04. And there she is with an impressive looking effort. This one looks maybe a little better than her best, chasing the bronze medal at this stage, which is currently held by Lanisha Lubin of the Bahamas at 5:43.
Looked like she ran harder, so she would go past the board, tiptoed a couple of steps adroitly, and then really jumped at it to make the distance. Left foot right on the board. Lovely height and flight from this bundle of jumping potential. 5.49.
Moves it into the bronze medal position. Dejanay Bruce of Jamaica. Here is Lanisha Lupin. She has been relegated to 4th position. Can she respond in the 4th round? 5:43, her best. And there's a 4th round mark there, which shouldn't be. And she gets ready to make her 4th round effort. Lubin of the Bahamas. 4th round of the long jump for under 20 girls. She's in 4th position, having started the round in 3rd. Here's her response. Oh, Stutter steps into the board, and that cost her valuable height and distance, and she will remain in 4th position.
That's how our 3rd round jump looked. Hit the gas down the runway. Thought she was going to overrun the board. Here's the second look. Here she is, held for leather on the runway. Little tiptoe step to hit the brakes, and that compromises the run, loses momentum, and loses distance. Can jump, smooth out her run up first. 5.02.
Next on the runway, Jaden Dawkins of Jamaica, competitor 3.24. Already a triple jump gold medalist. She's in the silver medal position here. Her best 5.89 meters. She's trailing the Trinity Begoni and Janine DeGans. Round 4 for the triple jump gold medalist. Oh, looked as if she hit the board really well. And if she gets the white flag, that is surely the lead. The Jamaican Jaden Dawkins, the triple jump champion, with a big 4th round effort after threatening in round 3. She gets it right in round number 4.
Maya of Belize got a double in the under 17, 1500 meters and 3000. Dawkins chases a double of her own. Right smack dab on the board with the right foot takeoff. A lovely extension of the jump, held the knees up high, and extended the jump way down the pit. Is she the first to reach 6 meters in this competition?
I think she is. That looked like a really big one. And she will take some beating now. After that effort, this competition really heating up in round number 4, 6.14. That's the best she has produced all season, Hubert.
And right at the right time, you're facing the best of the Caribbean. And gold already in the triple jump, going for a double.
This is Janae Gans of Trinidad and Tobago. Held the lead coming into this fourth round. She's now in second position with a best of 5.93 meters.
Can she respond?
This is what champions are made of. Her lifetime best, 6.06 meters. That was set a couple years ago. It's a wonderful time to improve on that. Speeds down the runway and just lost it in the air. That left foot left behind her. And it's the Jamaican Jaden Dawkins who leaves round number 4 in the gold medal position.
Pretty often, round number 4 is a letdown as the jumpers recover from the break between round 3 and the reordering. But this round number 4, lots of the young ladies, including Dawkins in particular, have responded with big jumps to improve their chances. Here's the Gans, Trinidad and Tobago, red and black, fast, nice. Takeoff, short on the board a little bit, and in the air. Wants to clean that up for the 5th round jump, and maybe she too can go over 6 meters. She can really jump, the Gans. Fast on the runway, Chris, and some technical adjustments could bring big distance.
Definitely, she definitely has the potential, like you said earlier, just cleaning up the phases, going through that, going over and over, and having confidence in herself. And I think that she'll definitely be a force to be reckoned with. The good thing is with jumpers, they get better as they go. So it's easy for them to make the adjustments through and throughout the event.
Like the Gans' possibilities. Watched her at the Trinidad Trials in the 100. Impressive athlete.
Durante 519, her best. And that came in round number 3 to get her into this final 8. Dawkins of Jamaica now leads at 614. The Gans of Trinidad and Tobago in second at 593. Bruce of Jamaica in third at 549. As we look at this effort, Lubin of Bahamas in fourth at 543. Gianna Paul of Trinidad and Tobago in fifth at 534. Adderley of the Bahamas in sixth at 5.24 meters. Smith of the Cayman Islands in seventh at 5.21. And this lady, Durante of Martinique, in 8th position at 5.19, and she starts round number 5.
The key to this competition is navigating the wind. The flags outside the stadium and the flags inside the stadium indicate that the breeze is blowing into the face of the jumpers all throughout the first 4 rounds, and now round number 5.
This is where the coaches come in sideline. They give feedback, and athletes take those feedback and make the adjustments, and you see it from there.
Fifth round effort coming up for Brenia Smith of the Cayman Islands. 517 in her last
singlet.
round.
Let me say again, the breeze blowing at her running vest, and it's blowing into her, and that slows down her running and hurts her jumping.
521, her best effort coming in round 1. 517 in round number 4. Looks like she has the potential to go better. Can she put it together? Not very patient in the air, Renea Smith. And maybe that is costing her valuable distance in this long jump for under 20 girls final.
Jumpers talk about timing the jump. The run is nice, she's powerful, and she's fast. Gets quite a good foot placement. You want to hold the knees up as much as possible to time the landing. The more you fly, the more ground you cover, and then you only let the knees down when you feel you're coming down to earth. That's what she needs to work on.
We await the distance for this round number 5 for Renea Smith.
5:02, Ricardo, not an improvement.
Remains in 7th position. Here's Gianna Paul. Started the final 3 efforts in 6th position, but she's now moved into 5th position with a 5:34 4th round effort. This is round 5. Can she continue to improve? Needs 5.50 meters to move into the bronze medal position. Here she is, Gianna Paul. Steadies herself. Starts her run up. Technically smooth. Loses her way on that occasion.
Now it's all in her 6th round jump. All or nothing, crunch time.
And this is where the mental kicks in. You know it's crunch time. You know you have everything riding on it. This is medal round. You want to put the best out there, so you go straight to the mental.
April Adderley, 5:24 her best to this stage. Last 2 rounds showing some amount of consistency, but she needs a big one now, April Adderley. Not many inside the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Maybe she needs that boost. Starts her run, April Adderley. Nice and upright, hits the board well, flies out into the pit. Good, but not great.
No energy there. No John Cunha to power her down the runway. And the fans, some of them up late after the mixed 4x4 last night and heading out of here at around about 9 o'clock. And I'm sure they're putting up great numbers for the afternoon session, but Adderley needed some help here. Nice, smooth run. Nice, high sprint arms. On the board nicely, but the zip, the vim, the vig are not there. And falling to sand far earlier than she would want to.
April Adderley of the Bahamas, 5:14 is what the distance comes up as for her.
If she wants a medal, has to crank it up in round number 6.
She remains in 6th position. Here is Dejanay Bruce of Jamaica. She's in 3rd, the bronze medal position, with 5.49 meters in round number 3. Bruce. Steady. Down the runway. Oh, she hit the board well there. But I don't think that will be an improvement.
Nice run and nice foot placement from what we're seeing from this angle, but not quite the flight she was looking for. And maybe now she can put the 2 parts together. The jump before, outstanding takeoff, flight and landing. Here, a very nice run. So maybe for round number 6, she'll be able to match the 2 together and get a maximum effort. They're behind the board. So the board 20 centimeters deep. She's a couple of centimeters behind that. And so she's giving that away, and it's 5 meters and 13.
Still holding on to the bronze medal by 6 centimeters. No Lubin in the order as we go back to Jaden Dawkins, who now has the lead. So the Bahamian passes round number 5. Here's your leader. Dawkins of Jamaica. Not as good as her 4th round effort.
Mentally packing for round number 6. No, she has the lead. And anyone who wants the gold medal has to come and get her. But this is a notorious event for it just taking one big jump to change the order. Tall, comfortable. That's a foul. Looks like her takeoff foot planted beyond the board. And wait for the measurement or the sign to tell us if it was a foul or not. 5.99. Close on the board then. And again, she puts out another jump beyond that which anyone else has done in the competition.
Yeah, her top two performances would have her in gold medal position still. Here's Janae DeGans. 582 in round number 4. That wasn't bad. Can she find a better response to the 614 from the Jamaican Dawkins? DeGans purposefully steps down the runway, hits the board well, but once again may just be short of what she needs. Gets the white flag. Let's see what this one comes back at for the Trinbagonian. Has she challenged the 614 set by Jamaica's Jaden Dawkins?
She's strong and speedy. Gets the board with a right foot on the board. Nice height and flight. These ladies trying to put it together.
.579 in round number 5. The Trinbagonian jumpers clearly well coached.
Oh yes, and in a zone, 2 jumps now at 579 in a series. Her best 582.
Here's the final round.
All or nothing. If you want a medal, you must go for it now.
Marima Durante of Martinique. 6th and final round. She remains in 8th position. Needs 550 or better for a medal. Once again, she's taking off behind the board. And that has been the story of her campaign. She says thank you very much to the very few fans remaining in the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. And says goodbye to the CARIFTA Under-20 girls long jump competition. She finishes in 8th position.
Has been searching for a good foot placement all competition, and that search futile. Her technique and her speed good, so she can go back to Martinique and refine her run-up, and maybe in the future you'll see that name in the headlines for long jump.
Great spirit. 507, her final round effort.
Great spirit. A pity she couldn't get right on the board because she's got something to work with. Here's Smith of the Cayman Islands.
521, her best. Came in the opening round. She is in 7th position. Knows she has what it takes to get a bigger jump in here. 521, followed by a fall, 512, 517, and 501. This is it. Has to happen here. Smith. No. The Cayman Islands won the under-20 boys long jump with Andrew Stone. But in the under-20 girls event, Renia Smith has to settle for a position outside the medals. A 521 best effort, leaving her in 7th position.
She goes back to the drawing board with some promise, good foot placement, threw herself at this effort. That put her technique off a little bit, and she and coach will have to go back, fine-tune and refine what she does, but lots of potential. And in the final, lots of people wanted to be here and couldn't make it. She did.
492, her final round effort, probably just ran out of steam.
Ran out of gas, got tired, lots of jumps with the breeze in your face. She's a big girl as well. That hurts you as you keep on jumping, but lots of potential.
The big moves made after the rest, after round 3. In round 4, the 2 Jamaicans, Jaden Dawkins, going to the lead at 614. This lady made a big move as well with a 534, and she is now in 5th position. Gianna Paul, but needs 550 at least to move into a medal position. Paul speeds down the runway. Again, takes off just behind the board. And has she done enough? Has Gianna Paul done enough to move into the medals here in the under-20 girls long jump final.
Heptathlete and high jumper first. This could be viewed as an exercise to improve her standing in the heptathlon. Gives a max effort here doing the long jump and waiting for the measurement. Walks out no bounce. That's not a gold medal jump, but she's given a good account of herself at these CARIFTA games in the heptathlon, in the high jump, and here giving top class performances, the best she can muster here this weekend.
5.3, so not good enough. 5.30, and that keeps her in 5th position for now. The two Jamaicans in 1st and 3rd.
Bruce on the left-hand side with the red hair, Dawkins on the right-hand side, but it's Adderley, I think, on the runway now for the Bahamas.
She's in 6th position. Her best, 5.24 meters. 5.24, 5.24, 5.14, her last 3 efforts. Can she find something extra and challenge for a medal? Deep in concentration. Last effort for Adderley of the Bahamas. No. Think that's going to be a red flag. It is. Started with an X, finishes with 1. And April Adderley down in 6th position.
The foul because you went for it. At crunch time, you've got to go for it. Not quite perfect on the run-up, but did her best to crank out a big jump at their critical moment, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of athletes tend to save their best jump for last. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it don't. But it's a gamble that they're willing to run, and it works out in their favor sometimes, and sometimes it don't. So,
in table tennis, the coaches advise you, when it's tight, play it like it's 0-0.
Yeah, the medalists have been decided. But Dejanay Bruce can still upgrade that bronze to silver or gold. This is her last attempt. Steady down the runway once again. And that may well be her best effort of the competition.
She can really jump, Dejanay Bruce. No extension on the jump a while ago, but extra jump power off the board.
Very close on the board. The officials having a really close look before the decision is made. No flag yet. Dejanay Bruce comes over. The officials consult. Taking a while to make the decision. Still not seeing a flag being raised.
The flags I'm looking at, big Bahamas flag, blowing in our direction into the jumpers' faces, but also across the runway, and so tricky for the jumpers out there.
And the medal's not quite decided yet because Lubin, who passed round 5, is now going to take an attempt in the 6th and final round. They have called the athlete over to have a look.
Video review, I think, on a tablet.
This is a little strange, don't you think? Still no flag.
Before video technology, the athlete would be invited to look at the board and the plasticine to see if their feet was over the board and into the plasticine, which helped people tell fair jumps from foul jumps. This is the 21st century.
Now, the athlete can request that the mark be measured just in case there is a protest. So they are measuring the mark. I've still not seen a flag, so I don't know what the decision of the officials is. And she is taking a close look at the measurement as well. She did have one earlier that was extremely close, that was ruled a fall. There's a look at it. Maybe if we can slow that down to see. That's a clean jump.
If the foot rolls over into the plasticine, the placement of the board is fine. But if she rolls over into the plasticine, the front of the shoe. That looks close. That looks clean. The next frame, toe still flat.
Oh, that's a clean
That
jump.
looks clean.
It does look like a clean jump to me. I mean, she got all of the board that she needed to, and she executed well.
Perfect foot placement for Bruce.
And that's why you have technology today to show also that, hey, if there's any type of argument or discrepancy, then you can show it right there on the tablet. So
We still don't know what the officials have decided, and that is my issue here.
Of course, there is new technology for measuring fouls in the long jump. A beam of light coming up at the end of the board. Should you breach that with your plant foot, that would be a foul.
The fact that they are still there is suggesting to me that
They're
the
not sure.
officials are saying it's a foul.
They think it could be a foul. But from what we're seeing here, that looks clean.
it does.
A maximally perfect foot placement.
Yeah, from what we're seeing here, that is clean.
Great pictures.
Beautiful work, by the way, from our production team.
Great pictures.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely.
And now we await the distance. The mark has been measured. We are not sure what the measurement is. The Bahamian Lubin, she's waiting to take her next effort.
So a delay for her as she gets set to crank out a big effort to improve her standing.
And I guess she would want to know as well exactly what she is chasing. Now, the coach, the Jamaican coach, Jeremy Delisa, he knows the rules. He's been here many times. He's been doing this for many, many years. And wow.
And this meet does have a little dossier of protests and resets. Everyone on their P's and Q's here.
Based on what we have seen, and I don't know if they are seeing something different from what we have seen, but based on what we have seen, I cannot understand why we're still here.
They're making sure, Ricardo.
And I guess this conversation has come up in football as well, that yes, you want to get the right decision, but how long is it going to take? It's 5.78 meters. That's the mark. Looks as if it has been given to Bruce. It doesn't improve her positioning. She remains in third position, but what it does for sure is make life a lot more difficult for Lanisha Lubin of the Bahamas. She now needs 5.79 meters to move into the medals, as opposed to what would have been 5.50. Of course, if Lubin doesn't go better than 5.49, then it would have been much ado about nothing. Here she is. The only one who can deny Dejanay Bruce a medal in the under-20 girls long jump final. We are in the sixth and final round. 3 competitors to come, and this is one of them. Lanisha Lubin of the Bahamas. Starts her run. Speeds down the runway, stutter steps into the board once again. And almost like an instant replay of her 2 previous attempts. She gets the white flag, but it's not going to be good enough to get her a medal.
No. Here's her run. She is fast, but as she has done before, too fast. Just near the board, kills out the momentum, which you need to make a long, long jump. The coach has a chat with her, arm over her shoulder, and tells her, you've done your best today. practice, when they go back to practice, will concentrate on smoothing out that approach run.
Silver medal in the triple jump. Just outside the medals in the long jump.
Leaves here with one prize and lots of experience.
Now we're down to the battle for gold. This young lady is in the gold medal position. The triple jump champion already trying to become the long jump champion.
Built like a jumper, jumps like a champion, gold in the triple jump.
Here is Jaden Dawkins. 6-1-4 in round number 4. Eases down the runway. That's very close on the board. I think that's going to be a red flag. No, it's white. It's white for Dawkins. That was close, at least from our angle. But the white flag is raised, and now we await the measurement.
Angle's difficult. I thought it might have been a foul, but here she comes in round number 6. Tall, powerful, fast, triple jump champion, looking for round number 6. Here she goes, right foot in. That's close, but maybe that's clean. Spreads out, keeps the knees up high, and reaches into the sand. The last jump in the girls' under 20 long jump. 5.92, 2 jumps longer than everybody else in the competition, and 5.92 to wrap up.
Now only one athlete can deny her the gold medal. Janine Degans of Trinidad and Tobago knows it's now or silver. Can she pull it off? Degan speeds down the runway. Takes off. Just behind the board maybe. And maybe that's not going to be good enough. Gets the white flag. We await the distance. But just a feeling that she hasn't done enough to snatch the gold medal away and deny Jaden Dawkins double gold here at CARIFTA50. Here's another look at it.
A little ragged on the runway. Gets set. Knows everything is on this jump. Runs out to the side with the steps. Then gets going with her runway speed. Behind the board. That could cost her some distance. There it is. Behind the white section. That's 20 centimeters wide, and that difference between being on the board and being far back costs distance whenever you do it, and could be the difference here between her winning the gold medal and taking silver. Silver is fine, of course, 5.81, even though she's that far back from the board. That's a big jump from point to point, but they measure from the end of the board, and her effort gets her the silver. 2 jumps over 5.80.
Janine Degan set us for the silver medal with a fine performance of 5.93 meters. The gold medal to Jamaica's Jaden Dawkins at 6.14, and the bronze medal going to Dejanay Bruce, another Jamaican, her best 5.78 meters, coming in the 6th and final round here at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium in Nassau, Bahamas. We take a break and we'll return to wrap up our broadcast of the morning session.